Hello, this is Jam Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I'll be reading an article from MakingStarWars.net, and this comes from Jason Ward, and this came out on January 4th, 2020, and it is titled "The Next Star Wars Film Saga to be Set During the High Republic Era." And let's begin. Well, the first bit is just pretty much he talks about like the Cassian show and the Obi-Wan show, supposed to be coming to Pinewood Studios and all that, and then he does say about his sources, what the new film series will be, and then it starts off, sources are saying that the next Star Wars saga is going to take place during an era called the High Republic era. It sounds like the setting is 400 years before the Skywalker saga. This new saga is set during a time that the Sith's rule of two has been established by Darth Bane, and Yoda is a Jedi, but isn't the old Jedi we know from the Skywalker era. These new films will not make up a trilogy, but rather a series of films which will be released in the same story era and interconnected. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff were to make this series before moving on to a more ludicrous deal. This method of storytelling was supposed to apply to a Star Wars story films, but they never got a chance to interconnect the two stories that they told with more material. And then he talks about someone named Zero.Hugh ran an excellent scoop that elaborates how Project Luminous will kick off with a video game and a lot of information that collaborates the timeline information that I have heard. They have heard some of these stories will have Jedi exploring the unknown regions. Make sure you check out their article, as I feel my information is in direct alignment with theirs and our stories support one another. For some time I have heard that Project Luminous was a build-up to the next film era, which my sources are calling the High Republic era. It should be noted that I have very little reason to think that it's going to be the title for the series itself, because of the volume of Star Wars stories set during the High Republic era. It is difficult to say which emerging characters they are going to spotlight in these upcoming films. While the series will have Jedi, it will also have heroes who aren't Jedi. While I cannot concretely define the aesthetic of this new era, it sounds like it's rooted in what D.B. Weiss and David Benioff thought the Republic would look like. The designs are likely going to be grounded in the familiar but also new, allowing for a fresh and fun feeling that Star Wars has not seen since George Lucas kicked off the prequel series at the end of the 90s. The High Republic era sounds rad. It sounds like it's going to be rich and lush era to explore with this new project. Comics and information connected to the film should tie in more effectively than in the past. While nothing has been announced, we should add caveat that this is the plan according to several sources. We do not really see how it could change at this point, but anything is possible until production begins. So that is pretty much the article from MakingStarWars.net, and as I said, these guys are pretty credible, and Jason Ward from Making Star Wars, he gets almost every leak, correct. I mean, he has like whatever he reports is like a good chance it's gonna happen, and with this thing, with these new series of films they're talking about and all these new stories, it does seem interesting. I think, we're gonna go, set it, years into the past, as it said, about 400 years before the Skywalker saga. And I did a video kind of a couple months ago on what the next Star Wars movies should be like, and I said something like The Old Republic, or something like further in the future after the Rise of Skywalker, but it looks like we are going to have Star Wars movies set before the events of The Phantom Menace, which will be set about, as I said, 400 years before the Skywalker saga, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how this plays out. And that's pretty much all I gotta say with this video, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think down below, and I'll also link the article down below for you to check out yourself. And that's pretty much all I got, and see you later. Bye.